Very obviously hard fought from the start. I thought Iowa State played great. Our guys were working at it, and we didn't do the job we needed to get into their three-point shooters, and they made us pay for that. They had a lot of guys that shot the ball well, and they got the big young guy inside that can hurt you. So they got when they're healthy. They've been hurt by COVID more than anyone else in the conference by far in terms of playing games shorthanded, and I think they showed today how tough they're going to be when they are healthy. So Coach Prohm does a terrific job, and thought he had these guys ready to battle today, and it was a good contest, good fight.
Go to some questions now. We'll start with Joey Helmer.
Yeah, Lon, you guys were kind of able to make some key plays down the stretch. Did it feel to you like you had kind of played with more of a sense of urgency down the stretch there than kind of the rest of the game throughout?
The game was tied with just a few minutes to go, and we popped it there to 4-6, and then made some good plays down the stretch. But anytime the ball game gets to that stage, then both teams kind of crank it up a little bit, and proud of our guys to be able to score some buckets and get some stops at that time.
Sorry, guys. I was losing internet connection for a second there. Let's go to Eric Bailey.
Hey, Lon, congratulations, first of all. Can you just talk about Brady's full game? Not just his scoring, but assists, a career high for assists, or a lot of assists, career high for rebounds, defense, just his all-around game.
Yeah, he was terrific. Absolutely. Young is a handful down there in our defensive end. And I thought Brady really, really battled and worked at it. Then offensively made some good plays out of the double team in the post. He rebounded the ball like crazy all day long. So, really, really happy for Brady to see him bounce back and have a game like that. Last couple, he's been making progress health-wise, and looks to me like he's got her back now.
Thanks, Lon.
Yep.
Go to James Hale, and then we'll go to Ryan Aber after that.
Lon, it's great to have depth. I mean, you didn't have even Davion on the court at the end because other guys were playing really, really well. That's got to be a positive for you the rest of the way because Davion is usually a great clutch player for you. That shows you've got other guys that can do some things for you, even in stretch play.
Yeah, without question. Right there during that time, Jalen was rebounding the ball so well for us. And, Davion's been great. And, it wasn't anything he was doing wrong. It was just, like you say, the combination, the matchups, everything was going pretty well there the last 5-6 minutes. So, that depth is huge. Different guys, different times. And Jalen today comes in off the bench, and I thought did a terrific job.
Thanks.
Go to Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Lon, you mentioned Young a little bit earlier, and wanted to ask, early on it seemed like they were just trying to get the ball into him quite a bit and see if they could take advantage of Brady down there. Had some success early. Did y'all make an adjustment to that? What was Brady doing differently after that initial push? And how important was that success to hold Young? I think it was 6-16 from the floor.
Yeah, that was huge. I thought the job Brady did, and like you say, Young's going to win some battles down there, but I thought Brady won his share too. He's a big, tough guy that's very physical and hard to keep out of that low post. So I thought Brady got a little better feel as the game went on of how to make him catch maybe a little bit farther out. Brady was fantastic in every way.
Then I also wanted to ask you about Austin Reeves' return. Obviously, like you mentioned a couple days ago, his return's different from Brady's just because he was in the contact tracing protocol versus actually having it. But was that about as good as you could have envisioned an all-around game for Austin tonight?
Yeah, probably so. I mean, when you miss practice for a week, he came back Thursday for the first time, but he spent a lot of time obviously on his own during that isolation period, getting shots up, and Austin played well. Key plays, distributed the ball well. He'll keep getting healthier as we go.
Appreciate it, Lon.
Yep, thank you.
Go to Austin Curtright and then Bob Prisbilla.
Hey, Lon, defense been pretty strong against perimeter shooting the last month or so. What was it about Iowa State tonight that led them to making 15 three-pointers?
Yeah, we can't afford that to happen. We got just a little more urgency getting to 3-pointers. I thought they made a lot of shots that were open. They also made some that we really didn't mind the coverage. But that's what good players do, and they've got a lot of guys that can make shots, and they did that today. And we've got to learn from it and stiffen up that part of our defense a bit.
I wanted to ask you about you have so many more tough games remaining this season. A game like this, is that something that you're kind of experimenting with different lineups?
No, if it looked like that, it wasn't the case. I mean, we played the way we played every game. Iowa State, when they're full strength, they've played people really tough, just like they did today. I mean, that game could have gone either way with 6 minutes to go, and they've been in 3 or 4 others like that when they've been full strength. In fact, every time they've been full strength, they've played people right down to the wire.
Go to Bob Prisbillo, and then we'll take one more after Bob from Clay Horning.
Yeah, Lon, just want to ask about the closing stretch by Elijah. Once again, he seems to really thrive when it comes to that moment. And what were the emotions like for him today with his mom watching him play for the first time since being a Sooner?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Couldn't be more pleased for Elijah to finish a game like he did and to have his mom here. He's been terrific, and we'll keep working at it, and we'll keep making progress.
Take one more from Clay Horning.
Yeah, Lon, just one more on Brady. I think we've come to, over time, see him as a shooter, scorer, but he wasn't that tonight. Yet I think he was plus 24, something like that. He was plus 20 when he came back into the game, late in the game. Is he embracing a different role of sorts since coming back from the virus?
I think he's understanding that people are going to play him differently. They're not going to give him many wide open threes. Regardless, they're going to keep a guy into him. And I think he's getting a feel for that and a feel for what he needs to do to take advantage of that. And again, I think today is a good maybe starting point with regard to how to be most effective in a ball game. Because he was very physical inside, big time rebounds. Worked his tail off defensively. So Brady was great in every way.